Hello, I'm Prabhu Chawla. Welcome to Bottomline today. As you see in street of Delhi, protests are taking place, students are being arrested, lathi charge, tear gas, leader of the opposition sitting in a dharna getting arrested along with his sister. Many opposition leaders are visiting the students who are sitting on dharna. Even DMK president is coming here, Farooq Abdullah has gone there, even Thackeray Saab has come there. Everybody visiting the students because they know they are the future voters of India. But the basic question now arises about the future of Gandhis because they are leading the second most powerful opposition party in the country, second largest opposition party. Means after the BJP, they have got about 100 Lok Sabha seats and they are ruling in 5 states. The question in Delhi is being asked, why are the Gandhis so active? Rahul Gandhi lying on the street, getting arrested, his sister Priyanka Gandhi being pushed in the bus by a team of policemen from Delhi or women, and she visiting hospitals along with the mother sitting in the police station. There is some kind of a optic being delivered. What does this mean? Has the movement of do and die arrived for the Congress party or the Gandhi Parivar? Because on these Gandhi Parivar members depend the future of the Congress party. What has happened? Let us go into the facts now. I am telling about the facts, what happened. As you know, an FIR has been registered against the leader of the opposition of India. He was detained for a few hours. Rahul Gandhi was sent to some stadium. His sister was also taken to some other police station. But after that, they realized. But you could see Priyanka Gandhi was on the national television clinging to the door of a moving police bus. Both houses of parliament stand adjourned now. 16 Delhi metro stations were closed because the Gandhis were leading their protestation. Various other centers were closed down. Students were admitted in the hospital. Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, they all went to the hospital. That is the news. Now let me tell you how we got there. Because in Indian politics, the sequence is the story. On the morning of July 21st, Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi did not go to parliament. They did not call a press conference. They went first to Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital in New Delhi to the bedside of students injured previous day when Delhi police used lathi charges and tear gas against Cockroach Janata Party volunteers who were sitting on dharna or who were moving around Delhi at various places. Among those the Gandhi Parivar members met was Sakshi, a 21-year-old from Chhatarpur Extension, Delhi, in the ICU. She was in a ventilator. Injuries to her face, chest and track. The hospital visit was not incidental. It was the first political act of the day for the Gandhi Parivar. And it was the most powerful one. A leader of the opposition at a student's bedside. Before a single camera had been formally invited, it framed everything that followed. From RML Hospital, the delegation went straight to 7 Kalyan Marg later in the afternoon. They went first to the President Congress party, Mr. Kharge's house for celebrating his birthday. But that was not the objective. From there, they moved to the Prime Minister of 7 Lok Marg. The sit-in began at 3:30 in the afternoon. Mallikarjun Kharge, Akhilesh Yadav, D.K. Shivkumar, V.D. Satishan, and dozens of parliament sat down on the road. That was the high point of this political drama which was going on in the city. The demand was unambiguous. The resignation of the Prime Minister over the police action against students, the dismissal of the Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, and the parliamentary discussions on NEET in the presence of the Home Minister Amit Shah. Within 20 minutes, the government sent a delegation, Minister of State Jitendra Singh with Union Home Secretary Govind Mohan, asking Gandhis to end the demonstration. He refused. He restated the 3 demands and did not budge from there. What happened next has been recorded in every channel in this country. As police moved to clear the site, Rahul Gandhi lay down and resisted. He was injured below the eye. Priyanka Gandhi held on to the door of the moving police bus. Both were detained. An FIR was registered against leader of the opposition. Again, I am saying this. They were released later in the night. For the next 2 days, the sequence continued, protest continues. Opposition MPs, Congress, Samajwadi Party, the left, RJD, TMC, JMM arrived at the parliament in black, and after a strategy meeting in Kharge's chamber, both houses were adjourned as it was expected. Now let me takes you back in the history, build a context. Because Indian politics has a long memory, and this strategy of the Gandhis is not being written from scratch. It is being read from a specific chapter of their own. During the 1970-78, after emergency was punished at the ballot box, Congress was in ruins. Indira Gandhi had lost her own seat and so was Sanjay Gandhi defeated. An analyst had written the dynastic obituary. Into that wreckage stepped Sanjay Gandhi. With no government post, no media strategy, taking to the streets, getting arrested, converting every detention into a campaign instrument. Indira Gandhi ran a parallel track, the wrong leader seeking democratic vindication through Chikmagalur and coalition building. The two tracks converged in the 1980 landslide victory from the Congress. They got two-thirds majority once again. The dynasty survived because it chose the street, hit the road when the institution had rejected it. Rahul has studied this playbook with evident care. The hospital visit, the dharna, the physical resistance, the injury, the detention, the black-clad parliament protest. This is a sequenced political performance, choreographed, built on its diagnosis. Congress has been out of power for 12 years. Every paper leak, every NTA failure, every compromised recruitment board of the past decade has happened under the BJP governance. That is what the charge is. The accountability for India's examination crisis belongs in its entirety to 12 years of the BJP rule. This is what Rahul Gandhi narrative seems to be. And Rahul Gandhi has perhaps realized that 35 crore voters between 18 and 35 know this too, that examination is a very dangerous damage being done to them. This is the territory he is racing to capture. A generation promised 2 crore jobs a year, watching examination after examination become a marketplace of corruption. A generation that blamed itself after a cockroach because it knows it will be crushed and has decided to survive anyway. But here is where the parallel both illuminates and limits. And this is the core of today's bottom line. Sanjay's street politics was not a strategy. It was a survival instinct as is today for the Gandhis. Raw, urgent, and meditated. There was no electoral arithmetic behind it at that time because it was only 1 year after government was formed. What Rahul is doing in 2026 is the product of years of calibration and an acceptance that the over 40 voter is beyond Congress reach. They don't accept him as a leader yet. Even his own party, old people don't accept him. And here is the uncomfortable debate. The Cockroach Janata Party did not emerge from Congress. It emerged without Congress and despite Congress, which was conspicuously absent when these students built this movement online through the spring. On July 20th, when police lathi-charged Census Marg, Congress was not on the front line. It joined them later. Means on July 1st, Congress arrived with the leaders, banners, demands, and food being distributed, though volunteers sitting on dharna. But Sanjay Gandhi led the people. The youth Congress ties. Rahul is following the people. The difference between these two sentences is the difference between a movement and a maneuver. Then there is Priyanka Gandhi. Sitting in that police bar, she claimed democracy is finished, which may be an exaggeration. I've been a journalist for 45 years. I reported the emergency. I was in the rooms when censor vetted every line before publication. I was there when the Supreme Court in the ADM Jabalpur judgment told Indian citizens they had no right to life under emergency rule. That was democracy in genuine peril and almost dead. Detention at Dharna, however unjustified the FIR is, however cool it was to lift him and throw him on the bus, is not the end of democracy in that sense. It is abuse of state power, perhaps against political opposition, and that is serious enough without exaggeration. But democracy is finished, erases the specific documented authoritarianism her own grandmother imposed on this country. I say this not to shield the BJP. I say it because precision is the credibility of a political leader. and then precision fails, the government being criticized is the one who benefits. What she should have said, what the facts actually support, is that this government perhaps criminalizing legitimate dissent or using power against dissent. That statement would have survived scrutiny. Democracy is finished does not survive the memory of 1975. The BJP response, as usual, has been predictable. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said, some people are trying to use the student and youth of the country as a political tool. Education Minister with the target said students deserve far better than being treated as props. Prime Minister made a specific statement that action will be taken against all the criminals who leaked the paper. All the justification was wrong by any party who are doing it. He also promised that nobody will be spared and we will go to the bottom of the crime. These are some precision, exactly the charges the BJP itself felt guilty of. Prime Minister could not sack it because if he accepts, that will be surrender. And you can't expect this kind of surrender from a Prime Minister like Modi. He may take a corrective measure when he needs to do it, but he will never surrender it. That's why the Congress party is trying to put him on the defensive. When the Prime Minister called the paper leak a grave sin, then he is expected to take an action which perhaps he will do sooner than later. That is known as a performance. So it has to be accountable. That's the correct demand the opposition is asking for. But 7.5 crore students has no standing to ask the opposition to keep its protests inside the chamber. So, will this street strategy of the Gandhi Parivar work? My assessment, the image of the last 48 hours, Rahul on the ground resisting police, Priyanka Gandhi holding a moving bus door, an injured student on a ventilator, travel at a velocity of social media that no parliamentary speech can match. In the attention economy of Gen Z, the street is a more powerful platform than the chamber. That is a real tactical gain. But the deeper question, whether this becomes the 2029 mandate, depends on a variable Rahul does not control. The BJP's own record. Indira Gandhi did not return in 1980 because she was strategically brilliant. She returned because the Janata coalition collapsed under its own contradiction. The electorate did not embrace Congress. It rejected the alternative that failed to govern. The same logic may not hold today. The government is performing well. The Modi government resolved the examination crisis with genuine reform that delivers credibility on jobs. No amount of street theatre by Gandhi will move the number. But if 35 crore young voters reach 2029 is still carrying unanswered questions about their future, Rahul does not need to be a great leader. He only needs to connect with them consistently and logically. But will he? That is a strategy he had to frame. His credibility of vanishing sometime, appearing next day, is still to be erased. The Gandhi family return to the street is real, and the political intelligence behind it is sharp. But the ghost of Sanjay Gandhi accompanies only those who can match his raw energy with something he was still developing when his life ended. The ability to lead a movement, not merely attach oneself to the one like Rahul has done. Sanjay Gandhi did not do it. He may not need to be, but he cannot inherit his uncle's legacy without accepting his uncle's standard and style. That the street demands authenticity, continuity, credibility, not just arithmetic. That is the bottom line for today. We'll meet again and discuss some other issue. Till then, thank you very much. Before I go, I request you, please watch my video, subscribe, share and write your comments, good or bad, sweet or sour. I'll read them, but I wouldn't get angry. Jai Hind.